Hi, I'm State Representative Russ Diamond. Recently, I've been talking about casino proceeds and the local share assessment as it pertains to Lebanon County. And I wanted to take a few minutes to help you understand exactly what it all means. Let's start by talking about what the local share assessment, or the LSA, actually is. Under Act 71 of 2004, the law that brought casinos to Pennsylvania, each casino was tasked with providing revenue to its local area to help offset the impacts of bringing legal casino activity into that area. There was no standard formula used to determine how the LSA money was to be distributed. So with 12 casinos currently operating in Pennsylvania, there are also 12 uniquely different revenue distribution schemes. Particularly troubling to me is the formula for LSA distribution from Hollywood Casino in Grantville, which I believe is completely unfair to Lebanon County. To help illustrate this, I want to review a bit of the geography of the area surrounding the casino. This is Hollywood Casino. It's located in Dauphin County, right up against the Lebanon County border. But if we zoom in closer, you'll see that one piece of the property owned by Penn National Gaming actually extends across the border into Lebanon County. This part of their property is not currently used for actual gaming, but it's in our county nonetheless. Despite this geographic reality, Lebanon County was completely shut out from receiving any LSA revenue from slot machines. All the LSA slot revenue from Hollywood Casino was assigned to Dauphin County by the language of Act 71. Before we discuss the numbers, let's review the geography a little more. The center circle here encompasses everything within 5 miles of the casino. Further out, we can see a 10, a 15, a 20, and finally a 25-mile radius. When discussing casino impact, increased traffic is an important consideration. And we're not only talking about local traffic from Dauphin and Lebanon counties, we also need to consider casino traffic from outside the immediate area. Hollywood Casino is located just off Interstate 81. Both counties contain about 15 miles of I-81 stretching in each direction. I-78 feeds traffic to 81 from the east through Lebanon County, while I-83 and I-283 feed 81 from the west in Dauphin County. Those traveling the Pennsylvania Turnpike to the casino from the west will likely exit at I-283 and follow the interstate routes. But those coming from the east will likely exit at Route 72 just south of Lebanon County, following some of our more local roads to get to Hollywood. While we're discussing traffic in the two counties, I do want to point out another geographic feature that plays a role in determining traffic flow. If we switch back to a satellite view of the area, you'll notice this dark green feature on the map. These are the first, second, and third mountains immediately to the north of the casino. Notice that there are only 2 ways to cross this barrier for casino customers who live in northern Dauphin County. To the west, Dauphin County has Route 225 over Peters Mountain, while Lebanon County has Gold Mine Road on the eastern end. It should be noted that for some residents of northern Dauphin County, the shortest route to the casino actually follows the eastern passage through Lebanon County. For example, from Elizabethville, the Lebanon County route is shorter than the shortest route around the western end of the mountains. And while we're discussing distances, I want to point out a couple other interesting facts to you. When we look at distance from the casino, Pillow, one of the furthest points from the casino in Dauphin County at about 18 miles, appears to be closer than Newmanstown, one of the furthest points from the casino in Lebanon County at nearly 25 miles. However, when you get driving directions, the traveling distance from Newmanstown is almost 7 miles shorter than the quickest route from Pillow. But just in case anyone's a stickler for measuring things as the crow flies, I will point out that as the crow flies, the city of Lebanon is at least 2 miles closer to the casino than Harrisburg is. So enough about geography. Let's talk about the revenue. I mentioned earlier that Dauphin County was assigned all the LSA slot revenue from Hollywood Casino, while Lebanon County got nothing. It's not that way with every casino across Pennsylvania. For instance, Mount Airy in the Poconos and the Sands in Bethlehem have revenue sharing plans in place that include neighboring counties. So exactly how much money are we talking about? According to the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue, from the time Hollywood opened in 2008 through the year 2016, Dauphin County has received over $119 million in LSA slot revenue. In addition, when table games were introduced in 2010, there was another LSA applied to those activities, providing Dauphin County with an additional $3 million. That's an average of over $13.5 million in revenue every single year. Lebanon County's share? Zero. So how is all this LSA revenue used? According to a PowerPoint presentation posted on the Dauphin County Gaming Advisory Board website, this money is partially dedicated to grants for human services, infrastructure and facilities improvement, transportation, emergency services, health and public safety, and public interest initiatives. The board has also publicly posted some of their recommendations to the county commissioners over the years. It's not a complete list, but I was able to pick out 3 different years to lay out on the map for you to see. In 2010-2011, the board recommended grants to various entities depicted by the red dots on the map. The spending included $3 million within a 5-mile radius of the casino, $1.7 million within 5 to 10 miles, $3.3 million between 10 and 15 miles, and $340,000 within 15 to 20 miles of Hollywood, for a total of $8.4 million covering 32 grant projects. Meanwhile, Lebanon County, certainly with some of the same needs and located within the same distance from the casino, got nothing. In 2011-2012, recommended spending in Dauphin County included $3 million again within 5 miles, $1.4 million within 5 to 10 miles, $3.1 million between 10 and 15 miles, and $515,000 within 15 to 20 miles of Hollywood, for a total of $8.1 million covering 43 grant projects. Again, Lebanon County got nothing. In the latest year for which any figures are available, 2014-2015, the board recommended grants of $1.3 million within 5 miles, $1.6 million within 5 to 10 miles, $3.1 million between 10 and 15 miles, and $112,000 within 15 to 20 miles, for a total of $6.2 million covering 67 grant projects. And of course, Lebanon County got nothing. Now, just so no one gets the wrong idea, I'm not criticizing Dauphin County at all for how the LSA revenues are being spent. These are all worthwhile projects, and they're acting within the guidelines of the law. I simply believe that Lebanon County has similar needs and is just as deserving to share in the LSA proceeds from the casino. I do want to point out one more important aspect to this issue, and that's the topic of first responders. These red dots on the map indicate the locations of fire companies located in Dauphin and Lebanon counties. There's only one fire station within 5 miles of the casino. Dauphin County has 7 stations within 5 to 10 miles of Hollywood, with one of them located behind the geographic barrier of the mountains. In Lebanon County, we have 11 such stations. Within 10 to 15 miles of the casino, Dauphin County has 27 fire stations, 5 of which are beyond the mountains, while Lebanon County has 22. Beyond 15 miles, Dauphin County has 5 stations, all of which are north of the mountains, while Lebanon County has 7. In just those 3 years I previously illustrated, of the 9 total LSA years, Dauphin County's first responders received over $6.6 million in county LSA grant money, while Lebanon County's firefighters were stuck selling subs, holding chicken barbecues, and standing in intersections holding their boots while begging for donations to maintain their very existence. In the interest of full disclosure and fairness, it bears mentioning that the county share of the LSA we've been discussing so far is not the only LSA revenue created from Hollywood casino activity. The Gaming Act directs additional revenue directly to smaller municipalities as well. When casino table games were legalized in 2010, East Hanover Township, Lebanon County, was added to the list of such municipalities. The law currently provides a flat LSA share of $280,000 annually for the township. Through 2016, East Hanover, Lebanon has received about $1.9 million in LSA revenues. On the other side of the county line, East Hanover, Dauphin County has received about $9.7 million total from direct municipal LSA revenue since the casino opened. I don't have any animosity for Dauphin County's past fortunes, nor for those who benefited from any of the grants received from the LSA revenues. But for nearly 10 years, Dauphin County has collected over $122 million, while Lebanon County has received absolutely nothing. Even if we include the direct municipal LSA revenues, Dauphin County has received nearly 70 times as much LSA revenue as Lebanon County. That's clearly inequitable and utterly unfair. I hope this presentation helps you better understand why I'm fighting for LSA revenue for Lebanon County. We have similar needs as Dauphin County. We have an equivalent number of first responder and emergency units, and we serve as an equivalent approach gateway for the casino's visitors. These impacts do not only affect communities on one side of a man-made invisible border. They are, however, somewhat muted by natural geographic obstacles. No one's insisting we go back in time and retroactively make up for this decade-long disparity. I'm merely asking that we change the provisions of the Gaming Act to include an appropriate share for Lebanon County going forward and to account for our similar needs and impacts. It's only fair.